Alright, Shalom, Call Halal Yumla, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. The bonus to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone who rule well, whom I learn from. Peace and salutation to the elect. It's Brother Barak coming at you with another lesson that prays edifying and exhorting. And in this lesson, I want to get into us holding ourselves accountable, for our thoughts, which ultimately, helps keeps us in the spirit because it keeps us, present-minded, conscious about what we're doing, what we're thinking, and, it keeps us in the habit of rebuking evil thoughts. Satan likes to enter into our mind, and, we can't stop him from entering into our mind. We can't stop ourselves from having wicked and negative thoughts, but we can rebuke those thoughts, to keep us from acting on them, because after those thoughts play around in your mind a little bit, if you let certain thoughts linger, they eventually will manifest, because ultimately it's a demon trying to take root. So something I was thinking about within the spirit is, constantly, rebuking them, checking them. Don't just think something and like, oh man, I don't know why I thought that, and just let it ride out. No, if it was off, you rebuke it, and then we Yahweh Shai. Okay. So I'm gonna read here in Matthew chapter 5, verse 27. Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, "Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, hath committed adultery with her already in his heart." You see? And when it says your heart, it goes to your mind. So that's one thing, especially like, men, if you see, a nice looking chick, nice body, that's the first thing really coming to your mind, you think about what you and that woman could get together and do. You start to lust and desire after her. All right? Which, if she's single, which has to be verified, you got to ask the chick. A lot of times these chicks lie anyway, so you got to test the spirit. But, but you don't want to be in that, that have a pleasure mindset all the time anyway, where every time you see a woman, you just thinking about, sex, So that's something also I've been working on, even seeing women, and then that thought come to my mind, I've been trying to rebuke it, like, hey man, stop, you can't desire to lay after to live with, all these different women just based on, what you see. So Yahweh Shah was training his man to, to not be taken by the lust, not to be taken by the desires of the flesh, right? And these thoughts come in our mind in different ways. You could, the desire to do a lot of things that's not lawful, or even if they are lawful, they aren't expedient, So Salakia, I got cut off, but going back into it, constantly checking, checking ourselves, man, holding ourselves accountable, even for our thoughts. We got to be accountable for our thoughts, right? And that keeps us on point. Now let's continue on. Got a few precepts. Verse 29, it says, "And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell." Right? So pretty much it goes to us making adjustments, cutting things off, that can hinder our salvation, right? And wicked thoughts can do that because, those wicked thoughts break down the mind, right? You see, especially if you're not rebuking them. So this is another training exercise, so to say. Our mind is being exercised, which in turn our spirits are being exercised, is being tried. So you got to be able to rebuke those thoughts, man. We got to hold ourselves accountable for them, and when they're there, rebuke them, and send out those prayers, right? Let me see that same chapter. No, not this one, but let's get that in Matthew chapter 6, verse 22, the light of the body is the eye, which is ultimately going into your mind, right? If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body should be full of light, right? So if we got a mind, just focused on these scriptures and focus on salvation, that should be the single thought, man. Salvation, okay? Fear the Lord and keep his commandments. But ultimately, salvation, then we understand the things that we should be doing to obtain the salvation, Lord willing. We're showing our faith by our works, right? So that's what it means to keep thy eyes single. That means to have your mind focused, right? Focus on what? Salvation. So when those thoughts come to our mind that's contrary to our salvation, hey, we gotta rebuke those thoughts, right? Because it's trying to make our what? It's trying to make our eye dark. It's trying to make our mind dark. Verse 23. But if thine eye be evil, which is your mind, so if you constantly got wicked thoughts and wicked desires, right? Thy whole body should be full of darkness, because eventually you're going to give into it, and you're going to fall off. So especially like wicked thoughts, you don't want to let those linger, because what it does, it desensitizes you to them. You become desensitized, and then now it's just like a regular thing, and then eventually being manifested itself into the physical, and then Jake go off, right? So of course, we in the flesh, we're going to go off, but we want to be able to, as we grow in this truth, we want to be able to prevent these things, so they don't happen or occur as often as they once did, right? Continuing on in this verse, and therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? You see? So if you got, the scripture speaks about a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So if you got wickedness, or all these different wicked thoughts in your mind, and Satan do plague your mind, right? But that's why this is a fight. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So it's all about fighting that good fight of faith, man. You gotta be. The Lord is a man of war. So that goes into a mental battle as well. We have to be able to fight those thoughts, to fight the good fight of faith, to obtain our salvation, man. Right? And to say, hey, man, if thy eye be dark, so if you got wickedness all in your mind, how great is that darkness, man? That wickedness right there could lead you to be destroyed, and we don't want that. We here for salvation. We here to be saved, right? And look how close you are to salvation. So this is the time to really buckle down, lock in, and make sure we holding fast on our crown, man. Okay, staying strong, right? I got one more precept and close it out. Bear with me 1 second. Want to be in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. It reads, keep thy heart with all diligence. Thy heart is thy mind. So keep it, upkeep it, keep it clean, constantly monitor it, watch it, filter these thoughts. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life, right? So from your mind becomes your activity. What you think, it eventually becomes a reality, right? So let's see what it says here for keep. Nasar. To guard, watch over. You see? That's why I said we got to hold ourselves accountable for our thoughts, rebuking those evil thoughts, right? That's guarding your mind, that's guarding your heart. Ultimately, watching your soul. That's why the scripture says your patience possesses your soul, right? To watch, guard, keep, to preserve, guard from dangers. You see? Those wicked thoughts, that's danger, man. Right? Because that's Satan. Your adversary is Satan, as a roaring lion seeking who he may devour. And Satan like to get in your mind. You got to understand, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits, principalities, wickedness in high places. Okay? So what we got to watch. We got to watch for these things, and we have to guard. We got to guard. The scripture speak about resist Satan and he shall flee.
That means you got to fight, man. You got to guard yourself. You got to fight. You got to rebuke Satan in the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, right? So let's read it in the NLT. Proverbs 4:23 NLT. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. You see that? It determines the course of your life. You know, what you're going to be giving yourself into. That's why the scriptures say the heart is deceitfully wicked. Who could know it? Scriptures also speak about lean not unto thy own understanding. Trust not in a plain way. You know, just roughly paraphrasing a few scriptures. You know, but the point is, you know, for us to be locked in and stay focused and keep our mind guarded, man. You know, don't just let your mind wander off. There's a saying in the world, an idle mind is the devil's playground. So we got to constantly, you know, be present-minded, on point, and, you know, not just entertaining, you know, any damn thought. So, you know, that was something that, you know, the Spirit revealed to me, and I pray it was edifying and exhorting to you, brothers and sisters out there that's, you know, watching this lesson. You know, keep your heart with all diligence, you know. Watch your mind, mind your thoughts, right? Because these things become a reality. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.